Hi, this is Rev Ed with today's Back Porch Devotional from Genesis chapter 16, verses 11 through 16. And the angel of the Lord said to Hagar, Behold, you are pregnant, and you shall bear a son. You shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord has listened to your affliction. He shall be a wild donkey of a man, his hand against everyone, and everyone's hand against him, and he shall dwell over against all his kinsmen. So she called the name of the Lord who spoke to her, You are a God of seeing. For she said, Truly here I have seen him who looks after me. Therefore the well was called Be'er Lahai Roi. It lies between Kadesh and Bered. And Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram called the name of his son, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. Here, the angel of the Lord, the very presence of God himself, comes to Hagar in the wilderness and makes her great promises about the future of her son, Ishmael. Ishmael means God who hears, and she named the well Be'er Lahai Roi, which means the well of the living one who sees me. And I think just one of the most beautiful things in this passage is that we see God coming to comfort this outcast woman who has been put in a very difficult situation, to say the least. And the angel of the Lord told her to return and to submit to Sarai and to Abram, but he has promised to be with her. And she now knows that God sees her and is with her in her distress. Ishmael will become the father of all the Arab nations, and the conflict that will flow from that is hinted at in these verses. He shall be a wild donkey of a man, his hand against everyone, and everyone's hand against him, and he shall dwell over against all his kinsmen. And we should always be in prayer for those who do not belong to the kingdom of God yet. We should be mindful that God is at work all across the globe in the lives of everyone, and our task is to point in his direction so that others may see what he has done in our lives and may hope for the same thing in their lives. But Hagar is comforted because she knows that God sees her, saw her in her affliction, and came to comfort her. And one of the things that we all need to remember is that whatever we're going through, whatever trial or tribulation we are experiencing, whatever difficulty we might have, God sees you. God sees the difficulty that you are in, and God cares. David wrote in Psalm 139, he said, O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Where shall I go from your spirit, or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, Surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light with you. For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there were none of them. Here is the great mystery of our relationship with God. God knows us intimately. He knows us better than we know ourselves. and he loves us still. Whoever we think ourselves to be, God knows us as we really are, as we were created to be, and he offers the hope of the fullness of that creation to us in Jesus Christ. He sees us as he saw Hagar and her child Ishmael, and he comforts those who are in distress, and he is present with us every single moment of every single day. He has declared, I will never leave you or forsake you, and that is something that is well worth holding on to. Remember that God is a God who sees, and he is a God who cares, and that in the coming of Jesus Christ, we have the fullness of the truth of how much he cares for us. Know that God sees your situation, and that he cares for you and has your future in his hands. God's blessings be upon you this day.